Still looks bad. I don't want to make this a big video at all. With me saying that I'm going to start making more YouTube content between streams, I thought the best thing to do would to be talking about one of my favorite multiplayer games that has come out recently, which would be Black Ops 4. Wait, Black Ops 4 Blackout. Blackout, the game mode, the BR. The ones who know me, who've watched my content for a long time or even short while, would know that Blackout for me was my apex. That was one of my favorite games of all time. So far, Blackout has yet to rival a multiplayer game for me in the last like maybe 4 or 5 years. And I just wanted to make a quick video. Even if Activision never sees it, I want to put my opinion out there on the internet because I'm like every other content creator and think that my opinion is more important. So first of all, I want to point out that it's absolutely amazing, and I'm excited that they've done a free week of Blackout. I'm excited that there's going to be a standalone Blackout, but herein lies the issue. Now, it's not the price point of about $30 for Blackout, but it's the problem that they have made it $30 with multiplayer. I get why they've pulled zombies away from Blackout and multiplayer 100%, because I know that's almost a completely different player base, which is okay. I'm not a big fan of zombies, but I know a lot of people who enjoy it. The issue that actually really plagues me is that they've decided to put multiplayer and Blackout together. In this scenario with Black Ops 4, the truth is that like all 3 game modes have 3 completely different player bases. It really does. I don't think the multiplayer even comes close to how good previous titles have possibly been, like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and even Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. 4 great games that had great gameplay and their own kind of special thing to it. You know, COD's always had the same type of gameplay, but they kind of had their own thing. Now, my biggest issue is that they've decided to put Blackout and multiplayer together. This is only a problem because, much like me, a lot of people believe that the multiplayer was less than reputable, and it would have been a better idea to release Blackout originally as a standalone. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the fact that they've decided to go standalone, though I think that it's a little bit late for it, though I'm excited because, as most of you know, within Australia, the player base for Blackout is almost non-existent, except for about a few hours at night. Now, the reason why I have such a big issue with this scenario is because multiplayer was pretty much a piece of shit to me. I really do think that the game in no way, shape or form was built for multiplayer. I think the entire game was built around the concept of Blackout. It 100% was. The combat in Blackout and multiplayer are almost identical, but the combat is made for Blackout. It's made for large spaces, it's made for high intensity, in your face, and even distance gameplay. And when you put that in a multiplayer map, it's pretty much the most frustrating thing ever. You go against a 6, you go team deathmatch, and there's like a pre-made team of 3, and they've got a complete lockdown or a complete assault kind of package, and solo queue kind of becomes a little bit more of a, there's only 2 things I can do on each map, so I kind of just have to do them. Of course, this doesn't take away from how excited I am with the potential of the game being relaunched. Much like how Siege was a pile of shit on release, it was fixed up in the end, and now Siege has exploded with a competitive scene and has exploded with the casual gaming crowd now to the point where you can play a game at all times. One of my big suggestions for Blackout is that I think the solo queue and duo queue should maybe be limited to, I don't know, maybe 60 people, around that number. I think that 100 people is a bit to ask most of the time, especially within Oceanic, but I think also if you're wanting to build that back up, maybe 100 people for 4 players, maybe duos and solos, around the 60, 75 mark, because it does seem to be quite an effort to try and get to 100 people. Like I said, there's only a few hours in the day in the Oceanic community where there's enough players to fill 100 to player lobbies. Realistically, if it was the perfect future for me, the future would hold that they've announced that it is $25 for a standalone Blackout with its own support and a Blackout pass that isn't a pile of shit. And I understand that the Blackout pass is supposed to go between multiplayer and Blackout, and as you earn rewards, they kind of go in tandem, but the way that they've handled the Blackout pass, that's a completely different story altogether. Overall, it could be good, and I'm not complaining as long as the Blackout community kind of is reintroduced, reproduced, and recreated, because in all honesty, Blackout is easily one of the best BRs that's ever come out. I have a lot to say about it, and I have on stream many times about the type of larger streamers, one in specific that I won't mention here, who has badmouthed a lot of BRs, and he has even settled on the most popular BR recently in this year 2019. And though I think Blackout 4 had its issues, I do think that it had teething stages, much just like, you know, H1, PUBG, Fortnite did. But I think it really was all about the center point of just combat, and it was about the fighting, it was about the tactics of it. And I do think that Activision put in a fair bit of effort to try and make Blackout a lot more balanced, you know, to invite more of a casual crowd, so they can increase the chance of it being a lot more mainstream in the BR community. A lot of people have an issue with the BR concept because it's been done poorly. It's been done in a shitty way that has made it less than easy to play. I mean, PUBG being a prime example of that is that the game ran really, really poorly for a really long time, and then even while they were only just getting ahead of their maintenance, they decided to try and see how much they can monetize from the game, and all in all, PUBG just isn't that great in a general sense. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm really sorry if it kind of turned out long, but I really wanted to get this across, as I have heard that they're going to be doing this. I think it's a good idea, but I just think that the execution is going to be pretty poor all in all. I don't want to say follow, I don't want to say check out the links, but please follow, check out the links, and possibly subscribe. There is going to be a weekly podcast that is recorded live on my Twitch. I stream there 4 to 5 days a week, called the Super Big Boy Show. It's going to be once a week. It's going to be with streamers and friends and kind of hanging out, shooting the shit, and having a discussion about games, pop culture, and other kind of gaming celebrities, possibly, though I wouldn't call them celebrities because they play video games. But in any case, hope you guys have a great day and awesome, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.